Hi, I'm Cliff, and this is my garage, and this is my dead Porsche Cayman. Hey, welcome back to the garage. And if this is your first time joining me, thanks for dropping by. So, I screwed up. The other day I was working on the Cayman and I needed to be able to roll it back and forth to position it. And so what I did was I put the key in, I put it in neutral, and that way I could roll the car back and forth. But Porsche, in their infinite wisdom, has arranged it so that if you have the Cayman and it's not in gear, it's not in park, you can't remove the key. So I put it in neutral. I left the key in. I turned the ignition. Everything appeared to be off, and I went about doing what I wanted to do. Well, at the end of the time I was working on the car, I forgot to put the car back in park and take the key out. So even though it appeared nothing was on, apparently something was, because when I came in here 2 days later, the battery is dead. And that's a bit of a problem. Now, you may think, well, no, it's no big deal. Well, the problem is that the battery lives in the front trunk. And the only easy way to open the front trunk is with the remote control, which, when the battery in the car is dead, doesn't work. And so you can't get the trunk open because the battery is dead, and you can't get at the battery to charge it or jump the car because you can't open the trunk. Now, you may think, okay, well, no big deal. Just go pull the manual release and all is well. Well, there is no manual release. Not that's easy to get to. Now, on the fuel door, if the solenoid fails, like mine has, you can reach in, and where the passenger door meets, where the hinge is at, there's a little cable coming out with a ring on the end. You pull this ring and the door pops open. Well, there is a similar manual release for the front trunk of the Cayman. The problem is Porsche, in their infinite wisdom, didn't route this into the passenger cabin. Instead, you have to remove the left front wheel and the wheel liner in order to get at it. Why not just put the ring into the passenger cabin or into the hinge of the door like the other one? I don't know. You need to ask Porsche about that one. So, fortunately, there is a workaround. And basically, Porsche has put a battery terminal, more or less, into the cabin of the car so that you can get power to the car and enough power to where you can operate the front trunk. And since I'm going to have to do that, I thought I'd go ahead, fire up the camera, and show you guys how it's done. Okay, we're at the fuse box, which on this car is in the driver's side footwell. I don't know what it is on right-hand drive cars. I'm assuming it's probably the same. We just grab this and pop this out. And you can see this little red terminal thing right here. You need to get a hold of it and slide it out. Let's pop this other gizmo out first. This relay. Get my fingers in there. Put this back in before I forget. And it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can show you here. It has, the sides on it are copper. And that's where we're going to hook the battery clamp. Get it on there, make sure we're making contact with that copper. Wiggle it a little bit. Okay, that part's done. Okay, so now we take the ground clamp, stick it onto this latch thing, which seems to be perfectly made to be impossible to actually grab onto. There. We turn on the battery charger, and hopefully, voila! Haha! All right, there we go. All right, so now that we've got the trunk open, turn off the battery charger. Get back in here, remove the clamp. Make sure you turn the battery charger off first, so you shouldn't send any kind of weird electrical surges through the system. That could be bad. Shove the terminal back in, and just put the bottom hooks back in, and there we go. Okay, so now that we've got it unlocked, pop the trunk, and the battery's under this panel right here. Turn, quick release things here. Now, I don't know why, but both battery cables in this Cayman are black, which is basically unlike any other car I've dealt with, because there's at least some indicator on the cable that, which usually the black one is the negative and the red one is positive, or the terminals are marked somehow. I don't see any indication what's positive or negative here, but I'm looking on the battery, and on the battery itself there's a plus and minus. All right, my battery charger is not turned on at the moment while I'm hooking this up. Let's turn the charger back on. There. I definitely heard some things click and clatter. Yes, I have lights. I have interior lights. Keys in. Ignition's sort of, yeah, everything is turning on. Yeah, the car stereo lost all its settings, but let's just see here. Turn the fan off. See if I can even get it to turn over at all. No, nothing. But it's alive enough. I'll leave it on the charger for a few hours, and then if it won't start, I'll have enough control of, there'll be enough charge on it to where everything's functioning, and I can back it out and get to it with a running car and actually jump it properly. Okay, whew, I'm glad that worked out. I was getting pretty nervous. I didn't want to have to, remove the wheel and climb up there and try and find that manual release ring. And it was pretty straightforward. I'm glad it worked out well. And now, hopefully this battery will recover just fine. I don't have to buy another one, because I can imagine that the batteries for the Cayman are not cheap. Well, hopefully you never have this problem, but if you do, at least now you know how to go about fixing it. Hey, go down there, find that thumbs up button, give us a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, if you subscribe, make sure you click that bell icon so that you get notified every time I post new stuff from here in Cliff's Garage. I'll see you next time.